All right, what's going on, everybody? Jake here from Made for the Range, back at ECPC here in Carlsbad, still with Mr. Johnny Thompson, still a foot shorter than you. But we're gonna go into Thai Fusion. So I haven't had pretty much any experience, I'll say, with Thai Fusion, because I hit it like 3 times when they came out, and that's all the times I've ever hit them. So I'm excited to do that. We have a new non-black version. You can explain that better, but a non-black version of Thai Fusion. Maybe not the ideal finish that everybody wanted it to be.
Yeah.
But there's a little bit of a story of why this might have taken longer than people thought, because it wasn't as easy as just changing the color.
Correct, because putting chrome on titanium has not been done.
It's not a thing. Okay.
Yeah, it's not a thing. So we had to work very hard to find a way. We got some smart people in the lab.
Yeah.
And we found a way to chrome the titanium so that you get this nice polished silver.
Yeah.
I think, you know, longevity, they'll look nicer throughout the life of the iron. Nothing changed in the package. It's still the same technology with the titanium face and forged body.
Yeah.
Loads of tech in there. But again, same iron, but just a really nice clean finish that's gonna look pretty.
Yeah.
Stay pretty.
Yeah. For a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And then, so you've got Thai Fusion 250.
This is the new animal here.
Okay. So explain that one to us.
Yeah. So this golf club was phenomenal. Great performer.
Yeah.
People loved it. This is more of the game improvement version of this.
Okay.
So you're going to see a little more offset. It's a little bit bigger head. You know, top line, very similar, maybe a hair thicker, but
not much.
For a game improvement iron, I think you'll be impressed with how this looks on the ground. It's probably not the iron for you.
Sure,
but there's loads of golfers out there that need
Absolutely.
to test this iron. Again, with the titanium face and the forged body, there's loads of technology inside this head to control all those points on the face that everybody uses.
Yeah.
Non-tour players.
Yeah, especially in this category. Yep.
So definitely worth the test. Same finish, so it'll look pretty over time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So there's a cool part to that too, right? Like, there's definitely an acknowledgement from Callaway on this, right? I think Callaway's always done a really good job of that, of like, the black finish might not have been our best. It probably didn't wear great over time, and they were acknowledging that, obviously, with the release of this. They're saying it. I don't think anybody's trying to hide that, right? Like, but in a cool way, the story there is way more in-depth and like kind of technology packed because of the ability, like, they literally had to create the process to plate the titanium. So this is something that just hasn't been done before, which I actually think is a really cool way to do it. And if you have the black ones, whether they wore nicely or not for you, you have something very special.
If you love your irons, and it's a new finish.
Yeah, it's cool.
It'll look nicer
special
over time.
And then for you, what has Thai Fusion been about? Because I've been getting mixed reactions on this one. Has it been about speed? Has it been about forgiveness? What, for you, in the players that you've worked with and seen, what has it really been about from the story behind this iron?
I mean, it's everything you just said.
Okay.
It's speed. I mean, we designed speed through AI. It's speed and forgiveness. So that titanium face is going to give you ultra speed, and then that hollow body design where we spin the weight inside the head allows us to create a very forgiving iron across the face. Toe shots, heel shots, thin, high on the face. It's a great balance of both.
Yeah.
Ironically, there's some Thai Fusions that have been tested in the 4 irons, you know, out there on tour.
Sure.
Because some guys want something that launches high, has got some speed to kind of fill that gap between the 5 and, you know, maybe a hybrid or a 7-wood. So it's actually gotten some looks on tour.
Cool.
But this iron is designed for, you know, that kind of high single digit to mid teens.
Okay.
It's a great look. It's got everything you want. This is really the iron that for the player that they like expensive things and they like nice things.
Yeah.
They got nice cars, nice watches. Like, this is a great iron for them.
Yeah.
Because it's going to help them be a better golfer, but it's also going to be a pretty cool set.
It's going to be a little bit show-offy. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
It's definitely some nice bag jewelry too. All right, so that's how it performs off the bottom of the face.
If I close my eyes, like, it's hard to tell that that's a larger, you know, hollow body design, titanium faced iron. Dang, Jake.
I think too, the initial worry for a lot of people, and again, internet worry, so take it for what it is. But the initial worry was like, okay, if they did this big titanium thing, it's going to sound like junk. It's going to be super pingy. It's going to sound like titanium. So is there an internal structure there that's kind of helping save that from that sound? Obviously, I'm sure that had to be part of the R&D, right? The acoustics of this, and
acoustics are
just
huge.
feeling like that, how that comes off.
Yeah, because I mean, you're right. Nobody wants an iron that sounds funky. You know, irons are like your pure.
Yeah.
These are your scoring clubs. You know, you want to hit them to a very specific number.
Yeah.
If you mishit it, you want it to be as close to that number as possible. But if you had something that was, you know, hollow and had a metal on the face that produced good numbers but sounded terrible, like we would start over. Like you're not going to put that out there. So yes, there is. Sound and feel are definitely part of the design process. And I mean, closing my eyes and listening to these, you wouldn't know that you were hitting something that designed that way. We've had hollow body design clubs in the past, and you know, didn't quite have those acoustics dialed in. But I think the way that we're doing it now with the injection, and it's a nice balance.
185. Okay. Yeah, that's like a little low heel, but it gives you kind of the same sound.
Yeah.
Like you don't hear a big difference in that. You could feel it just a little bit. They feel kind of explosive with the hands too. Yeah, so low heel, spin jumped up a little bit at 127, still going to 177.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, right. Like it's so hard to describe something like that's so easy like this, because everybody's gonna say, like, oh, that didn't actually happen, or you're making it up to make the thing sound good. Like, it's so easy. I can't tell you how far that probably missed.
Yeah.
And it was within basically 4% of the shot that I peered right before it.
Yeah, and it was 20, it'd be 24 feet short of the one before that. So
yeah.
As long as the pin's in the middle, you still hit the
green.
Yeah,
we're good.
Yeah.
It's so nice. It's very crisp.
Yeah.
I guess is the right way to put that sound.
The titanium face feels great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you know, I think about like some of our like the TCBs, for example, they had a steel face plate.
Yeah.
And when I was testing these, I was shocked. I expected to feel something a lot different, because those are two very different metals, but feel and sound are great.
Awesome. All right, let's do 250.
So 250, I think you're a better player than what the 250 calls for.
I appreciate that.
But again, if you like the finer things in life and you want to play better golf, this is a great option. So a little bit longer from heel to toe, a little bit more offset.
What a launch, too.
I feel like you're an afternoon guy.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Just absolutely flushing these. What do we got?
That came out in a really cool window.
6,500 spin, 180 carry.
Yeah.
So talking about where this iron fits in the families, you know, it's a game improvement iron with loads of technology. A lot of times you get into that area and you start to see things launch super high, spin super low.
No spin, yeah.
And mishits go 20 yards shorter, then you pipe one and it goes over the green.
Yeah.
This iron, to be able to maintain that kind of spin, a good player spin, but then have all that ball speed that the titanium face is giving you, is just an absolute win-win.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect that out of this. Because it is, I mean, it's definitely, you definitely notice just a little more offset, I think that's really honestly the only like super visual thing, is just you just notice a little bit more offset. The top line is probably a little thicker, but you really don't see it.
Yeah.
And then the way the leading edge is, because this one's a little bit longer than the regular one, the way the leading edge comes out of that offset actually makes it look super similar to the size of the regular Thai Fusion. It's just so easy to launch.
I'm interested in that one because that was probably a quarter thin.
It was a little low, yeah.
6,200 spin, 183 carry.
And coming out at 16, almost at 130 miles an hour ball speed too.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna send one here.
Let's see it.
See if we can go like 130. Let's call it 131.
Our partners out there in the custom world are gonna have a good time fitting.
So where for you, because again, it's going to get asked. So within the, I have to do it. So within the AI lineup, let's say, right, we've got AI something, AI 200.
AI 300.
AI 300.
Should be more like a super game improvement.
Where would this fall if you had to put it somewhere in there?
I mean,
both of these, I think.
Yeah,
actually.
so it sounds stupid, but I mean, yeah, the 200 and 300, it kind of fits in between there.
Okay, so that 250 is, you know, applicable
Yeah,
in there.
and
Okay.
then the 200, because of the construction, you know, the design aspects, like we, you know, looked at TCB and said, okay, we want like a beefed up version of the TCB. So it's more player than the 200.
Okay.
So I think you'll find some separation in the fitting, you know, what a player wants and then what they want out of it, depending on the type of player they are.
Yeah.
I think there's enough separation between all those families that, you know, a guy comes in, you're probably going to say, okay, he's probably, you know, he's going to be a, you know, with the 250s, you know, then you might be a 250 guy. You could be a 200 if you're starting to play a little better, 300 if you're getting worse.
Yeah,
as the day
okay,
goes on.
fair enough, yeah.
Yeah. It's a pure flight.
It's so good.
Yeah. I mean, you got down on that one. That one sounded pure. 84 carry.
Yeah, 84 in the air. Still like really close to 6,000 spin.
Yeah.
Like that's coming out so nice, especially on a covered ball like
Yeah.
that. I mean, that's great. I think it's cool that like as you have this week of irons releases, we really do have a really definitive iron lineup. I think this is, so in fairness, the Callaway Irons lineup is always very large and sometimes can get a little bit muddled in the consumer space. I think right now though, even into the elite stuff, there's a really cool ladder for the irons right now, and who they're for, where the overlap might be, and where the overlap definitely isn't is really cool too. So this has been an awesome week, I think, for these launches. As you know, as the videos come out, that's the week I'm talking about. But yeah, this is super fun, man, and this stuff's cool. I'm glad I got to hit these more because this is fun. Yeah,
loads of tech in this new AI family. You know, the 250s.
Yeah,
the Tie Fusion plated again. Just it's a new finish on a great iron we came out with last year. But the tech that's in these, I think, helps continue to separate. You know, you get the elite family, and then you get some tour stuff, and then you have the AI family. There's separation there. There's a guy's going to go in or a player's going to go in, and they're probably going to be somewhere in between one of those, and they're going to find a really nice set of irons out of it.
Yeah, it's awesome. Well, cool, dude. Thanks a bunch.
Always,
fun
buddy.
day today.
Yes, it was.
And
more to come.
We'll continue forward. More to come, and do all the YouTube things for me, please. Subscribe, comment. If you have any fun dad jokes for Johnny, I'll tell him on the truck next time I see him. Let's make that the challenge. If anybody's still watching, what's your favorite dad joke that I can make Johnny laugh on the truck next time I see him? How about that? There we go.
I like it.
All right, cool, dude. Thank you, buddy.